Good evening. My name is Dr. Terrence Young, and today I will be talking about the 5 steps needed to go from the life that you are living to the life that you desire. After talking with many people about the topics in this presentation and hearing their excitement regarding it, I want to thank you not only for your investment in your time, but more importantly, the investment that you have made in yourselves. So let's get the presentation started. And as what can happen with the live presentations, we are having some stuck slides, so bear with me. So who is this presentation for? This presentation is for anyone who feels unhappy with their current life. For those who feel stuck, confused, disappointed with the way that they're living. And if you desire to live the life that you dream of, then this is for you. You can feel stuck with your physical health or your stature, or you may be unhappy with your job or not have the optimal relationship that you desire. If you are experiencing trapped in your workplace, then this is for you. If you desire a better life but you don't know where to start, then this is for you. And if you desire more financial freedom, more time freedom in your life now, then this presentation is for you. If you need to create a life that you live without stress on your terms and you desire it now, as you're listening to this and hearing this content, know that you have come here for a reason. If you have a vision for how your life should be spiritually, emotionally, physically, financially, then pay very close attention, because this is going to be the best 45 minutes that you spend working on you. Now, in the next 45 minutes, here are some of the things that we are going to cover. We're going to talk about how to go from feeling lost where you are into your life to having more clarity, even if that seems unrealistic now. Creating that shift that helps you reach new heights in your life. How to achieve that exact life that you want, whenever you want, on your terms and not the terms of others. And taking the necessary steps taken by countless others that have succeeded and truly living the life that you desire. I'm also going to help you redirect your focus and understanding towards what's holding you back from moving forward. How to attract the lifestyle that you desire, not getting caught up in those never-ending loops of complaints, and then moving as quickly as possible into your new powerful and energizing life. We're also going to talk about how to take on more challenges in your life and doing the things that you feel that you're incapable of doing today. So my big promise to you is this. On this webinar, I'm going to give you a step-by-step strategy to help get you unstuck. And my mission is to walk you through these steps and help you unlock and discover what is truly holding you back from the life that you desire and deserve to live. Again, that may seem unrealistic to you now, but listen and pay very close attention because I have clients that are doing that exact same thing right now. And I'm going to show you the exact process on how to make that happen for you so you can get the grasp on the life that you have been dreaming of. So, a couple of house rules before I get started. First thing is, understand that there's no magical solution. The information I'm going to provide you is going to challenge the way that you think currently. So be open to a new way of thinking. Your way doesn't work, and that's why you're here. So listen and watch the presentation with an open mind. And understand that this is a 5K race, not a marathon. That is your old way of thinking that this is a 5K race, but it actually and realistically, it's a marathon. And these steps are going to give you the foundation for getting unstuck in your life and moving forward. They're the beginning of a new life for you and definitely not the end. And you didn't get to the way that you are right now overnight. So definitely be patient with the process. And understand that my results nor my clients' results are typical. The people that you're going to hear about are extraordinary. They work hard, they kick ass, and they earn the results that I'm going to share with you. So your success or your lack of is up to you. But before we get into all of the good stuff, let me first check in to see where you're at right now. Does this sound like you? Do you feel that you have a lack of passion in your life? Do you feel that you are trapped, unsure on how to move forward in your life? Do you have fears that hold you back from fulfilling the dreams that you desire? Do you secretly know that there is something that you desire for yourself or your family, but you just don't know how to get it? Do you see others living a joyful life and you just have no idea how they do it? Do you feel like you're working way too hard in your occupation, burning yourself out, too many hours, and you really want to do what excites and energizes you? Do you feel overwhelmed with life and you just simply don't understand your true purpose and your path? Do you feel like there's an invisible ceiling on your life and you are ready to break through it right now? Now, if you had all the tools to move you from drifting around in your life with no purpose or direction to one when you have clarity and passion about all that you do, would that be worth it to you? If any of these things sound like you, the good thing is I have good news for you. None of these things are the real problem. They're just a symptom of a bigger issue in your life. So what's your real problem? Your real problem is this, that you simply haven't made what I call the shifts. And once you make them, you're going to have a lot more clarity in your life. You're going to begin to live a life without being held back by your number one enemy, which is you. You're going to begin to see the true path of your life and begin to travel it with purpose and with confidence. You're going to start visualizing how awesome it would be to be living the life that you desire, having relationships that are satisfying. You're going to start performing your work with more passion and satisfaction, knowing that this is what you were destined to do. And knowing that the things that previously held you back in your life only required a small shift, allowing you to move forward with a new vision and a new passion. Understand this. You are capable of so much more than you realize. You're going to begin to be, do, and have anything and everything that you desire in life. So who am I? Before we go further, let me just take a minute to introduce myself so you know exactly who I am and why it is critical for you to listen to me. My name is Dr. Terrence Young, and I specialize in OBGYN for over 21 years, and I am currently a coach and entrepreneur as well. Now, today, instead of healing people physically, I help heal them mentally and emotionally by helping them to discover their own path to greatness. And I've had training as a leader and a mentor through various institutions like Clemmer and Associates, Michael Burnoff, institutions that have prepared me to understand myself and to use my skills to help coach other people. And what I've learned up to now is that I have the tools and the skills to be able to transform my experiences and my knowledge to help inspire others through their own personal struggles and lead them to their own personal success. I'm also a family man. This is a picture of my beautiful wife, Londa, and my two dogs, my two Jack Russell Terriers, Nate and Viley, because family is everything for me. So let's get back to the main presentation, the reason why you're here. We're going to talk about discovering the shifts. So let me tell you about how I discovered these 5 shifts. So after coaching people over the years, I realized that there was a big difference between the top achievers and the average achievers. And over time, I realized that some people were massively successful and some were not, and they just simply continued to struggle. So I started to analyze what these top achievers were doing that others were not. And I realized that there were 5 things that the top superstars were doing that everybody else wasn't. And I started incorporating these things into my business, and it began to immediately grow, and it continues to grow. So I started sharing these shifts. Now understand that there are 5 shifts that will help transform you from feeling stuck in your life and allowing you to discover and walk your own path to living the life that you desire and deserve. And I'm going to walk you through all 5 of these shifts today. And when you execute all 5 of them, you will get the outcome that you desire in life. So let's start with the first shift, which is operating with total gratitude. Now, I understand this may seem simple, yet it is so powerful and is overlooked by 95% of the people. This is the core of my being. Every day, every hour, every second. And I know you really want to learn the really cool stuff to change you. This may not seem that exciting to you. But understand this, I must talk about gratitude first, because without gratitude, nothing else matters. The concept of gratitude is at the heart of everything that I do, because it allows me to focus in 3 different time frames. First, gratitude allows me to maintain focus on where I am now. Second, gratitude allows me to maintain the focus on where I am going tomorrow. And then finally, gratitude allows me not to focus on what has happened in the past. Now understand that we all have struggles and challenges in our lives, and let's be honest, there are places where we are now that may be uncomfortable for us. We may not have the fitness that we desire. We may not have the finances that we want. Our relationships may not be optimal for us, or the workplace may not be the best environment. Now, yes, everybody could probably think of something that we don't want. However, is that truly the optimal mindset to have? It is impossible for the human mind to be in a state of frustration and gratitude simultaneously. So ask yourself, if I am focusing on the negative in my life, how does that help me to become a more positive person? It simply doesn't. So I understand that I may not have the finances that I desire right now, but I focus on being grateful for what I do have right now. Because if your mindset is stuck on the negative of a situation and you're not grateful for what you have, if you don't look at it as being positive, you're not going to allow yourself the capacity to grow. For example, you may be overweight, but are you worse off by being bedridden or totally incapacitated? You may be living paycheck to paycheck, but do you have a job unlike millions of other people? So once I focused on being grateful, the next level opened up for me, which is the future. Now, appreciating where I am and what I have removes that negative energy, that negative mindset that I have, and allows me to be more creative to brainstorm for my future. Now, yes, I am grateful for where I am now, but how can I focus on where I need to go? And finally, having gratitude avoids one of the most toxic periods of one's life, which is the past. Yes, you may have been wronged, cheated, simply messed up in the past. But is that the past? You can't change it. You can't modify it, but you can learn from it and be grateful that it happened, because I truly believe everything in life has a lesson to it. It doesn't make the event or situation right at all, but it can be used as a stepping stone for the future. So understand that your life is a mirror. You are an absolute reflection of your thoughts, because it doesn't matter what has happened in the past. The truth is, you are a reflection of the thoughts that you have today. So ask yourself this: are the thoughts that you have right now thoughts of gratitude, or are they negative thoughts of regret, being pissed off, fearful, scared, indecisive? What thoughts do you have right now? Are you living in a shadow behind you? Or are you grateful for the reflection of you today? Is your mind grateful enough to see beyond your reflection to the possibilities of tomorrow? Let's go into the second shift. Shift number 2, which is stop living in your triad of excuses. Now, after working with many people who feel stuck, the same 3 things present themselves. Some people may just have one, others have 2, and those that are worse off have the full triad of excuses. So let's just dive into these triad of excuses right now. Situation, or they make the excuse of not having the finances that they desire, or they may make the excuse of not having the time that they desire. Time and time again, when I see people who are stuck, one of the biggest roadblocks is the first one: a lack of understanding. In today's educational system, from an early age, many people are just taught to memorize countless lines of facts and data and regurgitate it back. And it's kind of like stuffing your face with 10,000 calories on Thanksgiving Day and feeling miserable and immobile by the time that the sun goes down. Do you understand? You did the task, but did you really learn from it? The problem is we're taught to understand everything else in the world except for the one thing that matters, and that's ourselves. And last time I checked, there wasn't a standard course in quote unquote 101, understanding your potential. So, can you see how it makes sense when opportunities arise to improve and enhance yourself, but you don't do them? It's because you don't understand yourself. You don't understand what you're capable of. And it's simply not your fault, because you haven't been taught to have a mindset that allows you to step outside of your comfort zone. And because you can't step outside of your comfort zone, the second part of the triad is triggered. Now you make the excuse of not having the finances to do or to choose what you desire to do. So when you tell yourself, I don't have the money or I can't afford it, 2 things happen. First thing that happens is that you will never get it because you don't have a mindset of gratitude. Remember that first shift? Second, you're going to cut off the creative process in your subconscious to get what you need. So are you telling me that every single cent that you generate is accounted for and being used in a way that maximizes and enhances your life? Have you budgeted all of your finances and determined that everything is optimized 100% and there's zero room for improvement? Finally, there's an excuse that makes me pull my hair out, and you can see the pain and challenge in that since I am bald. I don't have the time. It is such an easy excuse to make, and it makes you feel good about yourself. Now, I know that you're thinking, Terrence, oh man, you don't know me. You don't understand me. You have no idea how much I got going on in my life. Really? Cut the crap. Because do you believe that those who are successful, who live the life that they desire, have 25, 26, 30, 40 hours in the day? Everybody has the same 24 hours in a day, the same 7 days in a week, the same 52 weeks in the year. If I were to tell you that there are people that have 10 times your income and work less than you do, would you believe that? Well, you should, because it's absolutely true. Time is not your problem. The problem is you're not using your time effectively. So let me ask you this. Are the reality shows that you watch on TV really moving your life forward in leaps and bounds, making you a much more productive person? Do you know that the average adult watches more than 5 hours of TV per day? That is 33 hours on each week. Do you think that even with a half an hour less of TV per day, an hour less of TV per day, if you cut back 3.5 to 7 hours of TV per week, could you be more productive with that time? You absolutely could be. Let's talk about shift number 3. Shift number 3 is understanding the one thing. There is one thing, the most destructive thing that holds people back, and it's caused countless people to not even start the process of living out their dreams. What is that one thing? It is fear. Now, you may have heard fear described as false evidence appearing real. And some people may say forget everything and run. But there's nothing comical about this. And the definition is actually crap. Because this definition only defines what fear is. It doesn't allow you to understand it and to really take the necessary steps to redefine it in your life. Overcoming fear, this is my specialty and where I freaking excel at, because fear is a powerful emotion that cripples people from moving forward in their lives, holding them back from truly living. And when you understand it, when you conquer it, it's going to give you that surge of mental energy, that boost that makes you feel nearly invincible. It is like a weight that is released from your soul that has you thinking, well, if I can overcome this, what else am I capable of in life? And I know from personal experience, because I grew up with a lifelong fear of drowning, and now I swim in half Ironmans. Imagine going from not being able to get into the deep end of a pool towards swimming in the ocean. Years ago, I used to have to sedate myself to fly on commercial airlines. So I overcame that fear by learning how to fly a plane. And the first time that I was in the skies by myself in that little 2-seater Cessna, that was an experience that I could not put words to, because I was literally and mentally soaring. I teach people how to overcome fear by using the acronym, but with a little twist. Others want to define fear. I will help you overcome it. How do I do that? By using my definition of fear, which is focus, envisioning, accepting, and redirecting. And once I get you to the point of identifying it, accepting the fear, and overcoming it, the sky is the limit for you. So let's go through a recap. At this point, we understand the importance of operating with gratitude. We reviewed the triad of excuses that we make, and we understand how fear cripples us. So the next thing that we're going to take a look at is shift number 4, which is taking the right action. Now, there's some action that keeps you running in place, and there's action that propels you forward like a freaking jet rocket. Now, which one do you desire? Do you know that there is one day that saddens me and pisses me off at the same time year after year? It's New Year's Day. Now, don't get me wrong, I have joy in a day because it's a day where millions of people around the world decide to better their lives and to make a change for the better. However, they take up their new shiny goals and they speed down the track like a runaway train, and when they hit the first curve, they derail, they crash, burn out, game over. According to the Huffington Post, do you know that there are only 8% of people that keep their New Year's resolutions after 1 month? Let me say that again, 8%. This is what saddens me because that statistic can be a lot higher with the proper tools in place. And the thing that even pisses me off more is that people have to wait the whole damn year before they decide to make a change. You are worthier than that. So start taking the right action. You want to take action that is resilient, instantaneous, grateful, harmonious, and time efficient. These are the 5 steps towards taking the right action. Not that rah crap and motivation that you hear, but that time-proven actions that significantly enhance your success rate. You have to start with being resilient, because when you are resilient, you understand that this is a journey. You're not going to make it to the end of the marathon running at a 5K pace. It's simply not going to happen. I say that because even if you don't go all out and you pace yourself, you're still going to hit bumps in the road. Now, are you the type of person that quits at the first roadblock or setback? Or do you push through it? Action must be instantaneous. Do it now. Don't be the person who plans and plans, trying to make sure everything is perfect and in place, because that's not realistic, because you, me, everybody else, we're not smart enough to avoid every single pitfall. Are you familiar with the statement paralysis by overanalysis? Is that you? You must be grateful. Appreciate yourself. Pat yourself on the back for taking the steps to enhance your life in whatever way that you choose. If you're deciding to get fit, don't focus on being overweight. Be grateful that you had the courage to start your journey. Your action must be harmonious with your why. Is the goal, the outcome that you desire, consistent with what you desire in life? Are you doing it because of what you believe in, what you stand for? Are you taking that action because of somebody else, what they desire for you? Because if you can't own it, bond with it, love it, it's not going to work for you in the long run. Now, you can be bullheaded, you can grind through it, but eventually, if your core, if your values are not in harmony with the goal, it's not going to be sustainable. And finally, your action must be time efficient. The 2 main problems with time is that either people take on too many goals or they focus on quantity, not quality. So please don't set yourself up for failure by trying to do 4 or 5 new things and drastically alter your time schedule. Action is great, but too much action is a disaster. especially when it's not productive. So you're the type of person who does a lot of stuff and you feel like you accomplished something. Was that stuff productive? Or was it simply bullshit that you did just to simply avoid doing the thing that you really needed to do? Now, it used to be thought that it takes an average of 10,000 hours to be an expert in the field, and it really doesn't. And that's really a misrepresented statement, because you can be just as proficient if you focus on the quality of your actions and not the quantity. The fifth and final shift is investing in a mentor. Everyone should have a mentor, because mentoring brings two things: new ideas and accountability. There are new ideas in your head right now that may not have been there if you didn't take the time to listen to this webinar. What do mentors do? Mentors help you develop that focus, help you develop that clarity so you understand where you are, and help you get on track of the path that you need to walk to get to the outcomes that you desire. And as you're walking that path, they help you fight and forge ahead despite the fear, identifying those critical steps of fear that hold you back and learning how to overcome them. And as you break through that fear, they help you keep on track by utilizing the right action that keeps you sustained and moving forward. And once you eventually get closer to your outcome, they're going to give you that feedback and that guidance so that you stay on your path. Let me ask you this. How happy are you where you are in life right now? If you're not really happy where you are, if you're not satisfied, and if you're ready for a change, you need a new mindset. You need a new plan. You need a new level of accountability. You simply need a mentor. So when I first started on my journey of becoming a full-time entrepreneur, I was fortunate enough to get through the first 4 shifts that had me stuck. And through trial and error, I overcame them on my own. I understood and I operated with gratitude in my life. I escaped that triad of excuses that was holding me back. And I watched myself overcome massive fears in my life. And I took the right action. And I focused on quality and not quantity. And this is the point where I got stuck again. The point where I couldn't get over the hump and put all of the pieces together. It was like I was staring at the jigsaw puzzle of my life, and I was missing the final piece that helped everything make sense. The thing that made the picture clear and come alive. I didn't have a mentor, which was necessary because I didn't know what I didn't know. So for now, we've been going over 30 minutes, and as you've listened to me present these 5 shifts, do you feel that you have a better understanding of what may be keeping you stuck where you are in your life? Do you feel that having a mentor, someone who has experienced the pitfalls in life, that understands how to elude them, to avoid them, could be a benefit to you? Do you feel that with the help of a mentor, you can make that small shift in your life and discover your own path? The path of living your life with purpose, with passion, with no fears or excuses about time or money or understanding of yourself or your situation. Now, when I personally got a mentor to guide me, it helped me move forward 2 months. It helped me move forward in progress, and I did in 2 months what it took me in the past 2 years. Why? Because my mentor helped me keep accountable by providing me inspiration when I was successful and a kick in the ass when I slacked off. He helped me dig even deeper and better understand my why I chose to walk the path that I do today. And with my mentor, his level of success gave me that extra high octane fuel in my tank, igniting my drive, my passion to achieve my outcomes no matter what. I simply became an unstoppable force that would let no obstacle, No challenge, no setback derail me. Can you do it without a mentor? Yeah, you absolutely can. But if you had a mentor that shaved months, years perhaps off your learning curve, would it be worth it? Once I decided to get a mentor, my only regret was not doing it sooner because I could have saved so much time, energy, money, frustration that the investment was minuscule compared to what I gained. And trying to get where I am now without a mentor, that would have been an unbelievable cost as far as time and resources. Personally, I've spent over six figures with regards to education, self improvement, business development, and training before I got my mentor. Don't go it alone. Find the best mentor that's out there and spend what it takes to work with them. Now, here's an example of one of my students that I used to had the pleasure of teaching. Now, she was one of six students many years ago at the time that I was mentoring as part of a 90-day leadership conference. And all six of the students had to take on four goals and complete them in a 90-day process. Now, her goals were financial, educational, and family orientated. And the overall program had about 60 students, and the joke from the other team leaders was that she would be one of the most challenging students. And they absolutely were right, because she fought me, told me she couldn't do it, and would go as far as to avoid my weekly calls at times. But when she simply allowed the process to do its job, she took off and completed all four of her goals in record time. She generated income that she thought was impossible. She educated herself in a way that seemed challenging for her. She bonded with distant family in a way that was heartwarming. And all of this while going through the stress of a divorce. Bottom line, if you trust the process, it will work for you. Today, I promise to give you a step-by-step strategy to rapidly create the lifestyle that you desire and to have success in any area of your life. To help you walk through these steps, unlocking and discovering what is truly holding you back from the life that you desire and deserve to live. We talked about being grateful. We talked about not making that triad of excuses. We talked about understanding fear and harnessing its power to work to your advantage. We talked about taking the right action, action that is resilient, instantaneous, one that you have gratitude for, that's harmonious with your core, and that is time efficient. We talked about how understanding the number one thing in life that cripples people from living abundantly is fear. How to evaluate your thoughts and redirect them to make your life more productive. And how to take on more challenges in your life and do the things that you feel that you're incapable of doing today. Now, these 5 shifts alone, they're enough to propel you forward towards the life that you desire. But you have to make a choice right now. You can either take all the information that I've given you and just simply forget it. You can keep struggling to do what doesn't work for you in your life, continue to be unhappy, continue to be miserable. You can keep grinding it out with your job or your relationship, not having the time or the finances that you desire. Or you can start having the life that you deserve. You can start forging forward, moving forward with a clearer vision and achieving the things that you thought were not possible. If you want to achieve your goals anytime, in any situation, then here is what I have for you. So how can I help you? My team and I, we set aside time in the next 48-hour window to speak with you personally one-on-one about how you can apply these ideas to your life today, how we can help you apply the shifts to your own life. Whatever the biggest challenges are, we've seen them and we know how to overcome them. And on this session, we're going to work with you to craft a step-by-step game plan to help move you forward with an outcome that you desire in your life. So what is the cost of doing this? It's absolutely free. We're going to get on the phone with you for about 45 minutes. And during this session, we're going to help you develop your plan. And we're going to get you clear on 3 things. What excuses are holding you back? What fears are holding you back? And what is it that you truly desire, and how to start taking action now? But here's the catch. This is not for everybody. Understand that you must be willing to be coached and to make no excuses. You must be willing to put in the work despite the challenges. And you must be open to living a life of gratitude despite where you are now. If that is you, book a session now. So why do I do this? What I've learned over the years up to now is that I have skills, I have tools that I've developed in my personal toolbox that can help transform my experiences, my success, my knowledge, and using that to help and inspire others to conceive their ideas so that they can deliver them to the world, to help them discover their own pathways to their personal success. I love giving back to people. I live a life of service. I've been doing it for over 20 years as a physician. And as an entrepreneur and mentor, I love helping people achieve the goals in their lives that they desire. Plus, I understand that you may want my help to help transform your own life. So if I can, let's discuss it and see if it's a good fit for both of us. And if not, that's perfectly fine too. So how do you reach out? You're going to reach out by booking a call with us. And you're going to go to this link, bit.ly/young5 webinar. And understand that spaces are limited, so it is important to sign up now. You're going to book an appointment on the calendar, and you're going to complete a 7 short question application form. First thing is you're going to go on the calendar and grab whatever time slot works for you, and then you'll be led to the application. Fill that in, and then I'm going to get on the phone with you at your scheduled time at the appointment. And you're going to come to realize that this is going to be the best 45 minutes that you spend working on you. So again, go to the link, bit.ly/young5 webinar. First thing is you book your appointment, complete the 7 question application form, and I'm going to be excited about talking with you on the webinar to help get you moving forward towards the life that you desire. So I'm going to put that link up for you. And you're going to see it in your box. And you're going to see the little blue box so that you can click on the schedule. It has been exciting talking with you this evening. I look forward to talking to each and every one of you and helping you move forward, helping you get unstuck, getting to the life that you truly deserve and desire to live. Until next time, be well, take care, and have a wonderful evening.